ปัง ทางนี้
Our guest of honor, I would like to highlight today's program. Next, we will be hearing the welcome address, followed by a presentation from our Games and Sports teacher in charge, Dr. Kai Khong Ngau Mei, Assistant Professor. Sir, please take your time.
Ram Muiva is the most generous IAS officer among the Tangpul IAS. Indeed, we are privileged to have you as a chief guest for the 54th Annual Games and Sport Meet 2022. As a symbol of love and appreciation, we would like to present to you a humble and small memento. Kindly, sir, please accept.
As now we are drawing nearer to the starting of our real sports meet, there will be a flag hoisting which will be done by our chief guest, Sri Ramuiva, IAS, retired. Let's sing our Tangkul anthem.
Guest of honor of today's Pettigrew Annual Sports Meet, Mr. Chunglemang Kipken, MCS, and ATC Ukhrul. It is, we are very grateful to you that you could make it and you take out your time to be with us this morning. And also, Principal, Mr. Soreshang, Principal, Pettigrew College, and Vice Principal, Ame Peter Horam, my friend Peter Horam, and Dr. Sina Khai, faculty members, staff, and my dear students, and also invitees, guests, and press friends from press and media. Friends, thank you so much for inviting me in your important annual function. I am deeply grateful. Since our guest of honor, Mr. Chunglemang, has come from Kampong district, something struck in my mind. You know, Kampong and Ukhrul district has some connection in the history. In the beginning of the last century, Ukhrul and Temmenglong were the first to have education. As we know that the first education and Christianity came to Ukhrul in 1896. So for about 20 years, Ukhrul was the only place among the hill people to have the opportunity of education and Christianity. It was the command of the Maharaja and the political agent in Impal. During First World War, Maharaja was asked by the Viceroy in Delhi and probably by the Queen of England to raise 2,000 labor corps to be deputed to Marseille, France, in aid of the British Empire. But when the Maharaja recruited, nobody was willing to go. The people in the valley, they even went and hid in Myanmar, Burma. Even government employees, they were terminated because they refused to go. Then our Kuki friends also, they rebelled, they didn't want to go. So Maharaja was in a very embarrassing position, awkward position. At last he invited William Pettigrew from Ukhrul and he requested him to raise 2,000 labor corps. Mr. Reverend William Pettigrew asked only one thing from Maharaja. Maharaj Churajan, I will raise the 2,000 labor corps you asked for, but give me one favor. What is it, Reverend? He said, allow evangelization and spread of education to all the hill districts of Manipur, hill areas. Maharaja agreed. Accordingly, in 1917, the mission headquarters of Ukhrul was moved to Kampokpi, which is centrally located, and also to spread Christianity and education among the Kuki people. So in the beginning of last century, because of the circumstances, Ukhrul and Kampokpi people were the most educated. The first headmaster in Kampokpi in 1917 was from Ukhrul, Ocha M.K. Shimre, Miksha Shimre. That is why Ocha and Miksha Shimre's children, Madam Hangmila Shaiza, Y.K. Shimre, they were all born and brought up in Kampokpi. So Kampokpi people have lots of love, affinity, respect for Shaiza's family. This is a little bit of history. Since our guest of honor come from Kampokpi, I thought I should share with you. Friends and my dear children, today being the sports day, let me say a few words. Manipur is known in the rest of the world because of two qualities. That is, Manipur, despite its small population, is a powerhouse in sports powerhouse. In almost every national game, Manipur always finished in top 5 or top 10. Even we are ahead of much bigger state like Assam. Assam has a population of nearly 40 million. Manipur has only 3 million. But in sport, we are way ahead of Assam. We are even ahead of bigger states like Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. This is something we should all be proud of. Despite the absence of sports facilities, we are doing very well in sports, and I would like you to, keep up your sports activities. Mr. Chungle Mang has said many good advice to you about sports. Incidentally, Mr. Chungle Mang's mother, your mother is no more. No? Yeah. Jingthem, no? Yes, sir. Jingthem Kipken, IS officer, was my colleague for many years. So I know the family from before. So it's a matter of happiness that today I am attending this function with Mrs. C. Kipken's son, Chungdeng Mang. So friends, another outstanding quality of Manipur is culture. Manipur is also known in the rest of the world because of a rich and wonderful culture. Even here in Ukhrul, our culture, our ancient Tangkhul people used to have rich culture. So also in the valley and our neighboring hill districts. So culture and sports are something we should all be proud of. Sports is something, that not only can be just physical fitness. Sports can also be a viable career. Today, you have seen the World Cup fever. Almost every evening, I try to come home quickly so that I can watch World Cup. So also many of you. So the Pedicrew College Sports Meet is probably held at the appropriate time during World Cup. World Cup is one example where great football stars like Lionel Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, and many others, the Son from South Korea. They are paid some of the highest prices in the world, and even they got lots of money from sponsorship. So also in basketball, I remember the Yao Ming from Shanghai. His height is 7 feet 6 inches tall. He was playing for, I think, Houston Rockets, National Basketball Association, NBA in America. When he first played in Houston Rockets, subject to correction, I think he was offered $78 million just as brand ambassador of Reebok Sportswear. $78 million, mind-boggling. This is one example. So also in boxing, football, cricket, and also the golf. These are some of the biggest prizes in the world. Incidentally, our Northeast people, we are good in contact games like football, taekwondo, judo, karate. These are some of the Olympic disciplines. We are also good in the fast game like badminton, table tennis. So I want you to take up some of these as a career. Friends, you must have read in the paper, Australia, with 18 million population, is far, far ahead of India with a population of 1.3 billion people, 1,300 million people. Why? Australia, though population is only 18 million, I am told each and every Australian take up some sports, physical fitness. Whereas in India, of the 1,300 million population, the active sports girls and boys are only 3 million. No doubt, we are far behind small, tiny country in terms of population, Australia. It's all because we don't practice, we don't take up sports. So I want you to remember that sports can be a very viable career. Friends, I would like to, I shall not take too much of your time. Ukhrul was known the cradle of football, in 1950s, before I was born. I was reading some very old Manipuri newspaper. There I come across in 1950s, before I was born. The biggest trophy in Manipur was CC Meet, Sir Churachan Trophy. Almost every year, Ukhrul was champion. And when they went and play football outside the state, at least half of the players are from Ukhrul. I was told that Kasimi from Ukhrul was, almost as good as Pele. One, Mr. S.K. Lushai told me from Mizoram, they play together. Kasimi has, his feet was like a magic. Once the football touches his feet, he is bound to score. And he runs like a wind, like a wind, like Milkha Singh, the fastest football player. Unfortunately, he met with a vehicular accident at a young age in New Haven. He was killed. There were many other footballers like late Aliang Shimra. He was one of the football stars in Guwahati when he was a student there. I think he played for Maharani Club, something like that. Later on, he played for India in Cuba, Soviet Union, like that. So also we have other players, Ray Sangmi, that from Undung, that Naraipam, then of course our friend Somatai Shaiza, who was captain for Churchill Brothers, one of the, I think, longest captain. He played for Mohun Bagan, East Bengal. So what I would like to say is this. Despite the absence of sports facility, Ukhrul has produced national star. So it is my, endeavor. It will be my endeavor to bring some sports facility in Ukhrul. This is my dream. I have been trying my best since I was secretary NEC. I want to bring Sai Institute in Ukhrul. Why today Manipur is number one in Northeast in sports? It is thanks to, late R.K. Joy Chandra. When Rajiv Gandhi was Prime Minister, he was Sports Minister in Government of India, 1984. That time he brought the first SAI, Sports Authority of India in Manipur, Imphal, 1984. Meghalaya got SAI, I think only 2001. 20 years behind Manipur. So also Assam and Nagaland. No wonder today Manipur is number one in sports, thanks to the SAI Institute. And we must be very grateful to Sri R.K. Joy Chandra. So I want to bring some SAI Institute, even in the hill area. Today, when you go to Kuman Lambak, every morning, thousands and thousands of young girls and boys, they were, practicing. It's really, really inspiring to visit Kuman Lambak. I want that type of facility in Ukhrul also. These are some of my dreams. It will be my endeavor. Friends, at the end, I would like to say something, Ukhrul or the Manipur Hill area. We have doctors, IS officers, IPS officers, lawyers. Almost every field we excel. What is lacking among hill people, among the Tangkhul, is the entrepreneurship. Today, what we need most, we need to give our young people employment. Our district needs revenue, income. This government will not give you. We need successful entrepreneur who will generate income, who will provide employment. For example, Dhirubhai Ambani, the Reliance. Today, Reliance, the second richest man in Asia after Adani, they employ 3 lakh people. The entire population of Kamchong in Ukhrul is only 2 lakh. But a single entrepreneur, Dhirubhai Ambani, now his son Mukesh Ambani, they employ 3 lakh people. So one day it is my dream. I want some of you to become entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur. I want to see big shopping mall in Ukhrul or Imphal promoted by our hill people. I want to see corporate houses promoted by our hill people. So entrepreneurship, I want you to remember. I would like to give a small token of my support to Pettigrew College for your sports meet. So I request principal to come and accept this small token of my support. Gesture.